drills, these are like my favorite drills to get this. Okay, and I'm also going to go over this with you. There's always questions about a bail tap versus a regular tap. And I just want to show you the difference. You can choose whatever you like. My kids learn them all. They learn a bail tap or an above bar tap, and they learn an under bar tap. So if you watch the under bar tap, I'll let it go fast first. Let me back this up, sorry. Oh, that's Caitlin. I was going in reverse. So she's just going to do a building swing. Of over under. So she does a couple over, a couple under. Now when she starts to go over, here's the difference in these two taps. This is the main difference. In an over tap, you can fully extend. In an over tap, you can fully extend your body. So your downswing is quite a bit longer, probably 6 inches to a foot for most people. And so there's more for gravity to pull down. And when you arch, it's a bigger arch, so there's potentially more energy from a larger range of motion. So there's more power in that one. And watch the way she comes to the top of the bar from now on. Really strong, okay? Long. And an under tap, it's got to have a little more curve before it goes under. Make sense? I'll run them one more time for you. And what I found is there's kind of different taps for different things, just like there's different timing in the taps. You know, for instance, if I want to do a flyaway that goes away from the rail, my hips are going to be about rail height, my legs are going to be slightly higher than that when I push back and release. If I'm going to do a Ginger, I'm going to ride that up longer so that I can get over the top of the bar to come back and catch it. And if I'm going to do a Giant, I'm going to go all the way over. And the bail tap seems to work very good for dismounts. It's a really good dismount tap because you can really give it some direction. It's got a lot of rotation. So let's play those fast for you. You can't see the knee bend when it's fast. But when you slow it down, you can see the knee bend. Okay, so if we develop the proper tap, and we have all that energy, the shape that we choose on the other side of the bar is the skill that we're going to do. So we're going to start working those shapes. So the shapes for different things, I'll show you some of the drills that I like to use for that, is just to plant them up against the wall, get their shoulders up in really good position. And right now, she's pressed up like this, which would be a great shape for a Giant if I wanted to go over the top of the bar. And I have them hold a little bar when they do it. And now she's pressing back and putting some pressure back, which would be great for a flyaway. The pressure on the bar so it throws her away from the bar. And I want to teach them that early. Right, so more of a Giant, more of a flyaway. And now, you see the little tilt she puts in there? And now she's putting a slight tilt in. So now she's starting to think about a blind change. Getting the feet, the center of mass over a pivot hand. And so I want to work all these positions on the side while I'm developing that tap. So when the tap is good, it's already, the other side is already there. And it's really easy.
I'm sorry, do you feel that they create, I mean, this causes shoulder angle a little bit, or because they're swinging big, is that the extension of the...
You know, it'll stretch out a bit, but if you really watch kids swing, there's a little shoulder angle, and there's a little hip angle. I wouldn't promote that. I try and get as much from the chest and the spine, especially right below the ribs, as possible.
But on this drill in particular, whenever she was doing it for the flyaway, you know, I felt like she was a little very...
Yeah, when she comes up for the Giant, she breaks a little bit.
So you're just telling them, I guess...
Just telling them that one is a push this way and one of them is a push backwards. And if you watch her do it, what she does, and this is it's a great question, is they need to know where the shoulder is, and they need to be pretty intimate with the position of the shoulder being slightly back, right at the bottom of their ear, and slightly forward. And that's essentially, if you watch her, she doesn't really pull away. She just shifts her shoulder. It's like she curves a little bit more.
It's better from this side, I guess.
Yeah, you can see it more from this angle, but she definitely shifts the shoulders forward.
She's pushing up so I can see where that.
Yeah, that's why I showed it from both sides. But you know, if I took one of these guys and come on over here, and I'll just show you what it should look like. Lay back on your back and just grab that bar, and I'll be your wall. Give me your feet. And I just wanted to get up and really in with the ribs and cover your ears completely.
Okay.
Good. And now push the bar towards me a little bit. No, you're not covering your ears. Do it again. There. That's better. So what I want them to learn how to do is just relax, is to get this to curve in more and to press back a little bit and to curve in more and to press back a little bit, which is going to get it really from right about here. And that's what I'm looking for. Thanks. Right, so we're just, if you take a lot of time and get the shapes right, it's so easy to do the trick later on. It's you know, you'll learn stuff really fast. Okay, so let's watch someone that has a good tap. I want you to watch the shapes that she's able to use. Right, pretty easy. See her back at the end. She sees the ground. She sees the bar go away without any movement of the shoulder. So right there, you can see her look right at the bar. So she knows right where she's at, and she sees the ground. Still got that nice shape, and then she drops her arms and rises, sees the ground again, and she watches it the whole, you can see her just go like that, you know, so she can open the skill up. Because she developed the position earlier and got really comfortable with that position, and she's got a good tap. And so what that does, once you start to see things, full outs and things are very easy, very simple skills. And that's from the swing. And here's another one. So watch the shapes on this. I just did this more for the giant full, not so much the dismount. But I want you to watch the shape. The very slight in curve and leg. See the leg just starting to lead, like the position we trained against the wall. So the skill comes up slightly round, and then when she gets to her second hand, she can post up nice and tall. Continue to swing so we can put something at the end of that. Okay? This would be, see the angle differences? The one that was more for the giants and stuff. So what would this be for, guys? What would this be more for? What do you think? Ginger, maybe? So it's her center of mass is up closer to the bar, right? Because to do that, the skill, if one of these guys was going to do this skill, who's nice and light? Come on over here for a second. Okay, when we're trying to do these releases and things, we don't miss the bar by being away from the bar. We don't miss them by being away from the bar this way. We miss them by being away from the bar this way, so that we can catch the bar. Okay, so for instance, just sit down in a pike. If she were doing Jaeger, reach for it, right? She would have to be that far from the bar to miss her toes. Okay, that would be pretty tough, right? Okay, so if she was farther than that from the bar, she'd probably miss the bar because her center of mass would go that way. But if I take her center of mass and I put it up above the bar, so just stay right there, nice and tight. Okay, let the bar go. here, above the bar. If she was down here, she would hit the bar. But her distance is this way, reach to the bar. She's going to fall onto the bar. So the skill happens up here. The distance from the rail is here, and it gets her in a position to come back to the bar. All the releases, if they're good, should fall on the bar. Good? Does that make sense? So I don't want to do that. I want to learn how to get my power up really high if I want to do a big one. So if you look at this angle, she's trying to develop it to go up and basically tip sideways. And so it would look like just like that coming off the rail. So this is her a little later on. Same way it turned out. So I want you to watch where the tap goes. Big open, directs it up, same shape. Way away from the bar. Above, but close enough that it can come back to the rail. And also she's developed a good head position because watch her eyes. She's looking at the bar during the whole skill. No point in time does she lose contact. See her looking at the rail? So she knows right where that thing's at. Right? Just because we did so much static work of position before we ever started the skill, and the skill came very quickly, right? Because she has the power in the tap and she has the shape on the other side for what we're trying to do. Is this, you guys, you follow me? I just want you to see where the swing goes to and how you can direct it with the tap. None of this happens if you don't load the bar. None of it. And the hanging and the stuff that we talked about earlier. All right, so really quickly, I want to touch on the front giants as well.